Okay, so I just finished reacting to Hell and Back, the music video, the actual official video from Sabaton, um, about Audie Murphy. So this is to Hell and Back, Sabaton history. I guess this is episode 4. I want to know some details. Hopefully, my boy Indy and Iwakim give me some details. Let's rock.
I'm Indy Nidell.
And just in case you're seeing this before the music video, apparently the movie Rambo is based on Audie Murphy's experience in the battlefield. Let's go.
I'm Indy Nidell.
And I'm Joachim from Sabaton. And this is Sabaton history.
Audie Murphy, when he joined the U.S. Army, was very much an unlikely hero, and yet he became America's most decorated soldier of the Second World War.
And we have a song about him. It's called To Hell and Back, and it's one of our most popular songs.
The video was so clean, y'all. I was just caught up in reading the lyrics though, and just trying to figure out exactly what it is my boy was dealing with.
Now he's going to tell you about the song To Hell and Back. I'm going to tell you about Audie Murphy.
Let's get it. Let's fucking get it.
As I said, Audie was an unlikely hero. He was an elementary school dropout, doing so in order to support his family by working on a farm after his father.
Dropping out of elementary school is crazy, y'all.
School dropout, doing so in order to support his family by working on a farm after his father had left them. He was short, he was sickly, and lived a life of poverty and lost his mother as a teen. Joining the military.
Again, we learned that these I'm not even gonna say forgotten heroes because they aren't forgotten, but you know what I mean. The unspoken heroes, maybe. The unspoken heroes. A lot of them were small in stature, man. They were small in stature, and it blows my mind no matter how many of them I learn about, the fact that they're small men like myself, it amazes me. It amazes me.
By working on a farm after his father had left them. He was short, he was sickly, and lived a life of poverty and lost his mother as a teen. Joining the military seemed an escape to him, so he tried to enlist at the age of 16 after the Japanese attack on Pearl Harbor in 1941. According to Army records, he was rejected by the Marines and the Navy as too small and too underweight. He was just 5'5" and weighed but 110 pounds.
But I feel like by this time, what was he born? 1925, I think it said. I don't know. I feel like they should have known that the small guys pack a big punch by this time, because he's born in 25. He tries to enlist at 16, so 16 years later, yeah, man, they should have knew that the small guys pack a big punch.
And too underweight. He was just 5'5" and weighed but 110 pounds. Interestingly enough, they don't mention him being underage, and I assume that he lied about that. The Army actually doesn't mention him ever falsifying papers and says he joined a few days after his 18th birthday, but since he was born in 1925 and joined the Army in 1942, well, do the math. He had shown remarkable rifle skills early on, hunting small game on the farm, and this was noticed in basic training. And it did in fact seem that despite his size, he was a born soldier, tough, capable, and determined to prove himself. In the spring of 1943, he was trained in Morocco and Algeria for Allied landings in Sicily. The fighting there was vicious, and Murphy soon made a name for himself as a warrior.
All right, so follow me, y'all. Make sure I ain't losing it. Drops out of elementary school, whatever the fuck that means. I don't even know how that happens. You drop out. My boy dropped out of elementary school to help on the farm after the father of the family left him. Okay, bet, cool, whatever. I'm gonna push on. My boy helping the family. He wants to join the military. At 16, he weighs 110 pounds. He tried to join. They tell him, no, you too small. But then he just says that just said that he's in it now. So I don't know what took place, but he's in it. But they never mentioned that he was underage, but you do the math and you figure that out. So he went from being called too small to, I guess they just went on ahead and said, fuck it, let's do it because he shows that he's tough. So I guess the Army said, fuck it, let's add him in, and now we're here.
And Murphy soon made a name for himself as a warrior.
A short man from Texas, a man of the wild, thrown into combat with bodies like iron.
I love how literal Sabaton lyrics are. A short man from Texas, boy, thrown into the wild where the bodies piled up. It's so blatant. It's so yeah, you can't confuse this. It's a short man from Texas. Yeah, we throw him. He was thrown in the wild with all the bodies.
Of the wild, thrown into combat with bodies like iron. Hides his emotions, his blood's running cold. Just like his victories, his story unfolds.
The Allied invasion of Italy had bogged down by the end of 1943. The Germans held fast on the Gustav defense line, and under Field Marshal Kesselring successfully fought off the Allied advances during the ongoing Battle of Monte Cassino. British and American High Command wanted to open a new front to bypass the line and outflank the Germans. If doing so could also cut their supply lines, it would force them to abandon Monte Cassino and eventually be pushed out of Italy. On January 22, 1944, the American 3rd Infantry Division approached the beach south of the town of Anzio, while the British landed north of the town.
Anzio is... Okay, so this is where everything took place, because they mentioned it many times in the actual song. Okay, mind you, I have no backstory. All I have is the song. All I know is my boy was short, thrown into combat. He watched a shit ton of people die around him. He did his thing in combat and got diagnosed PTSD and got hooked on meds. That's what I know as far as the official backstory. Not really any details.
Approached the beach south of the town of Anzio, while the British landed north of the town. The, by now, Sergeant Audie Murphy of the 15th Regiment of 3rd Division would join the combined British, American, and Canadian attack force in the second wave. The landings were made in secrecy. By midnight, the men had advanced a few miles inland, confronted only by a surprised company of German soldiers who offered little resistance. Major General Lucas, in overall control of the operation, ordered his forces to stop, not really believing that they had actually achieved total surprise and could march into the German flank. Instead, he chose to stay put, strengthen his beachhead, and wait for reinforcements. It is debated whether Lucas was too cautious, but a strong German force was actually already soon to arrive. The Germans were surprised by the landings, but were not in disarray. Kesselring had made plans for such a contingency and sent out General Eberhard von Mackensen's 14th Army to face this new threat south of Rome. And yes, he was the son of August von Mackensen, whom all my Great War Channel fans will remember very well. Allied High Command...
I need to know... There's something I need to watch on this guy. Because from what he just said, apparently I need to know who my boy is.
New threat south of Rome. And yes, he was the son of August von Mackensen, whom all my Great War Channel fans will remember very well. Allied High Command was frustrated by Lucas's hesitation, for it took 7 days of infantry and armor coming ashore before he ordered an advance. By then, the Germans had fortified their positions, causing heavy losses to the advancing British and Americans. Mackensen then began his own attack to push the Allies to the sea. The Germans were actually close to achieving this, but the Allied defenders kept them at bay. Well, on March 2nd, Murphy had marched his platoon to a strategic crossroads near Anzio.
And all along the shore, where cannons still roar, they're haunting my dreams, they're still there when I sleep.
Waiting in the ruins of a farmhouse, he spotted at least a dozen panzers coming down the road and called in an artillery strike, which disabled the lead tank.
Panzers. Talk to me, y'all. Fill me in. What's a panzer?
And panzers coming down the road and called in an artillery strike, which disabled the lead tank. Murphy shot one of the crew members, but the rest retreated with the other tanks. Upon returning to camp, Murphy's commander wanted them to go back and actually destroy the tank. Armed only with improvised Molotov cocktails and grenades, Murphy and his platoon approached again at night. He crawled towards the Panzer, but the Molotovs failed to do the job. The hand grenade he threw did explode inside the tank, but also alerted a German patrol. After throwing more grenades at the tank treads, Murphy sprinted through German fire back to his comrades. For destroying the tank in the face of the enemy.
And he's doing this when he's, I guess, 18 years old, maybe? Or is he still 16 when he's doing this, y'all? Which is still fucking crazy. My boy's 16. 16 or 18. Anything before 40 where you're throwing grenades at tanks, at German tanks, is first off, you're disabling the tank. Then the big dog say, hey, I need y'all to go back and blow it up. And you actually go back and do it. And try to do it with Molotov cocktails and grenades. Bro, that's fucking crazy at the age of 16, 18.
German fire back to his comrades for destroying the tank in the face of the enemy.
All while dodging bullets. Get the fuck out of here.
He was awarded the Bronze Star with the V for Valor.
Okay, so the Bronze Star of Valor, I guess that's just showing bravery, maybe? I'm guessing you earn that by just showing bravery, carrying out a command, and making it back. But I think a lot of medals you get whether you return alive or if you pass. So I'm guessing the bronze medal is just an act of bravery and carrying out an order. Let me know.
6 feet deep, the deathless weight, there's no debate. So charge and attack, going to hell and back.
To not only overcome the stalemate, but to break through the German lines, the Allies resorted to a major offensive all over Italy, an attempt to shatter German resistance with a combined attack. They made two plans. Plan A, Turtle, said that once the breakthrough happened at Anzio, they would advance to outflank and hopefully encircle von Kesselring's forces. Plan B, Buffalo, was an alternative. After the breakthrough, the Anzio forces would not try to destroy the German forces there, but would advance on Rome instead. High Command insisted on Plan A, since if it was successful, it would basically win the fighting for Italy, right? On May 23rd, the Allies attacked the Germans all along the Gustav Line, ruining their deployment of reserves. The Anzio forces broke through in the west, but while everyone in the center of Italy was waiting for the follow-up flanking attack, General Mark Clark suddenly stopped. Plan Buffalo was tempting, and the glory of capturing Rome, though strategically unimportant, would belong to the Americans. Adolf Hitler had ordered Rome to be undefended and declared it an open city.
Oh, wow.
It is unclear whether he wanted to save the city from destruction or feared another Stalingrad where his army would be trapped. Whatever the case, to the surprise and anger of Allied High Command, Clark turned and marched on Rome. So, as the German defenses collapsed on June 2nd, Kesselring's 10th Army fell back and escaped being surrounded and destroyed. They were able to join the other German forces and fight another day. On the 5th, Clark entered Rome with only his American troops, intentionally leaving the British outside the city. Now, Audie Murphy gained a reputation during his service in Italy as a brave and...
I wonder why he did that. I wonder why only Americans were let in and not the British. Let me know.
Now, Audie Murphy gained a reputation during his service in Italy as a brave and daring soldier, and the Sabaton song To Hell and Back covers his period at Anzio. But even greater deeds of heroism were still about to come during the fighting in France, including taking on an entire company of Germans by himself, wounded, with a machine gun.
And that's okay, Rambo. And here's where Rambo starts. Okay. All right.
Entire company of Germans by himself, wounded, with a machine gun. By the end of the war, Lieutenant Audie Murphy was the most decorated American combat soldier and had earned every single Valor Award possible, including the Medal of Honor and Legion of Merit.
Crazy.
His exploits even got him on the cover of Life magazine. But like many other soldiers, the war would never really leave him. He did become a worldwide movie star, playing himself in To Hell and Back, the title of his biography. But Murphy also suffered severely with what we now call post-traumatic stress disorder. He was traumatized by the violence and death that surrounded him. He saw his best friend die, killed many men by his own hand, and survived situations of such danger that none of us can truly imagine them.
No, the hell we can't. That's what I'm saying, man. This boy was young. I don't know if I missed it, y'all, but I still don't know how old he is when he receives all these medals. I know he's under 30 years old. He's probably under 25 years old, which is just, it's incredible. It's incredible. It's unbelievable, actually. Shit.
Of such danger by his own hand, and survived situations of such danger that none of us can truly imagine them. He suffered nightmares because of the horrors he witnessed and indeed the guilt he felt. He wrote poetry to help cope with the trauma. One of his best known is The Crosses Grow on Anzio, written in 1948. Oh, gather around me, comrades, and listen while I speak of a war where hell is 6 feet deep. Along the shore, the cannons roar. Oh, how can a soldier sleep? The going slow on Anzio, and hell is 6 feet deep. Praise be to God for this captured sod that rich with blood does seep, with yours and mine like butchered swines, and hell is 6 feet deep. That death awaits, there's no debate. No triumph will we reap. The crosses grow on Anzio, where hell is 6 feet deep. Audie Murphy died in a plane crash at the age of 45 in 1971.
Damn.
And actually, about a year ago, I went to Arlington National Cemetery.
I thought they was going to tell me he passed because he went back, or he passed of just illness or something. I knew he was, I thought he was 46, so he actually passed at 45. Man. A plane. Damn.
And actually, about a year ago, I went to Arlington National Cemetery outside of Washington, D.C. Quite a nice place. You been there?
I have actually been there, yeah, but not for many, many years. And that you were there because that's where Audie is buried.
Oh, yeah, sorry. Yes, Audie's buried there.
And, well, that's kind of cool that you would pay your respects, especially, you know.
Oh, yeah, sorry. Yes, Audie's buried.
Major Infantry, World War II, June 20th, 1924. May 1971, Medal of Honor. I don't know what all the under Medal of Honor on the tombstone. I don't know what everything means, but I take it that's more decoration. Let me know.
There.
And, well, that's kind of cool that you would pay your respects, especially, you know, based on the song. Now, you said earlier when we were talking that you had contact with Audie Murphy's son.
Yeah, he came to one of our shows in the Greek Theater in L.A., actually. He gave us one of the To Hell and Back movie posters from back in the day. So that was pretty brilliant.
Now, this song is one of your biggest songs.
Yes.
Right? Was that planned? I mean, when you wrote it, did you say this is going to be the single, or how did that work out? Or was it a surprise?
Well, it was a surprise for most people, but I had this idea that I wanted to mix, you know, spaghetti western music, like Ennio Morricone style music, with heavy metal. Everybody in the band thought I was crazy. As we were doing research for the album Heroes, we found out that this guy, who was one of the most decorated soldiers in World War II, was actually also a Western movie star.
And a Texan like me.
Yes.
Now, it's also crazy that my boy played himself in the movie while dealing, well, you know what? Again, I don't know the details, but I'm just going off the information I'm receiving, and I'm just like, damn, this boy had PTSD and was still doing it, like acting, helping with the script, making sure everything was authentic in the film. That's just, I don't know if that's impressive. I don't know what term to use to describe that. Besides, all of this shit blows my mind every single time, y'all. So y'all just got to get sick of me saying that shit is crazy, that shit is incredible, because it is. It's mind blasting. It's blasting my mind out of my brain. Shit.
So that worked out perfectly, and I think it's one of the songs I'm most proud of, actually.
Now,
crowd
I
is
was
crazy.
talking to Perry, your bandmate, and he said something that his son was happy that you not done just a country song about him again, like a folky country
Yeah,
song.
it seemed
So-
he was a little bit tired of the country ballads, another ballad of his father.
Well,
we
Instead of hard-hitting metal.
Yeah, we're sort of celebrating his memory instead of, crying over it.
Once again, To Hell and Back, the story of Audie Murphy and his exploits at Anzio is on the album Hero.
And that's it for today.
But we'll see you next time on Sabaton History.
All right, everyone, that's it for today. Remember to subscribe to Sabaton History, the regular Sabaton channel, and also check out Time Ghost and World War II. Right here, you got some more clips to click on if you want to see more. And you want to, yeah. So, before we say goodbye, remember to support us on Patreon, okay? That's what makes stuff like this happen. So, thank you very much, and I hope to see you all on the road.
Okay, y'all. Okay, so the Sabaton history went into more of background of him than it is the details of the acts that he carried out. Well, actually, he spoke about one big act. He did when he was sent, when the Pankers, I think they said it was called. I forget what word it is. I asked y'all to let me know means. And they stopped the tank, and then they were told to go back and destroy the tank, and he went and did that. Okay, I do know about that. He mentioned how he took on the army with just a machine gun, but didn't go into like crazy details. Let me know if there's anything I need to watch on my boy Audie Murphy. I know everyone's waiting on Fatty Electrician to do a video. Hell, I am too, shit, because now I really want to know. But let me know if there's any other videos y'all think I should check out about Audie. Incredible. I still don't know how old he was when he did all that. I know he passed at 45 in a plane crash, which is, I wasn't expecting that. That was a curveball thrown. But let me know if there's anything else, any other information out there I can watch, any other clips I can react to that goes into more detail. This is who Rambo is based off of, motherfucking Sylvester Stallone. Even though my boy Audie was short from Texas and Sylvester getting swole and never ran out of ammunition, it's still based on his story. Because, oh my God, because reality is so much more crazier than fiction. In Rambo, of course you expect him to be chiseled, cut, no shirt on, unlimited bullets, a shit ton of plot armor. When in real life, he was a short, frail, skinny dude doing the same exact shit. Who would believe that? Who would believe if we put that on screen? Who? Who would believe that McLovin did all of that? That was his name, McLovin from Superbad. Who would believe that he did that? We got to throw Sylvester on it. We got to throw Arnold on it. Somebody cocky and cut up got to be on it. It's crazy. It's amazing. Shout out to all the short heroes out here, man. Y'all making us look real good. Y'all making us look real good in history. I love it. Make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe. I'll catch y'all next Sabaton reaction. I'm out. Peace.